Final Destination Bloodline stands tall as one of the most thrilling entries in the horror genre, marking the sixth installment of this iconic franchise. Arriving 14 years after Final Destination 5, this chapter follows a college student haunted by recurring violent nightmares. These visions compel him to return home in search of someone who can break the deadly cycle and save his family from the horrifying fate that awaits them. Now let's dive into the Final Destination franchise itself, which might just be my all-time favorite horror series. Sure, there are other films and franchises I love, Carpenter's Halloween being one of them, but when it comes to consistency and quality, both Scream and Final Destination truly stand out. I've enjoyed every Final Destination film except Part 4. That one just didn't click with me. On the other hand, I genuinely like every Scream film, even Part 3. When Final Destination 5 was released in 2011, especially with that brilliant twist ending, no spoilers if you haven't seen it, I was pumped. But then everything went quiet. It felt bittersweet, like the franchise was choosing to end on a high note, which is rare in the studio world. Technically, though, they didn't mean to stop because now, 14 years later, Bloodlines is finally here. And let me tell you, the movie is fantastic. Watching it gave me the same excitement I felt as a kid sitting in a movie theater. Every death scene is intense and creative. The gore effects are outstanding, and the blend of practical and CGI visuals is seamless. What's more, this film even addresses long-standing questions fans have had for years, though it didn't really need to. It simply needed to be a solid Final Destination film, and it absolutely is. But it goes above and beyond expectations. The prologue here is one of the best in the series, a nerve-wracking suspense sequence involving people dancing atop a glass-covered tower. And any true Final Destination fan knows that's never a good idea. I purposely avoided all trailers because I wanted to go in fresh. If you don't already know the film's big twist, I'll share it now. It's not considered a spoiler, but if you want zero details, take this as your warning. This time it's not just a random person getting a premonition, saving friends, and then watching death catch up one by one. No, this is a family-driven story, as the title Bloodlines suggests, where people from a long bloodline are haunted due to a decision made in the past. This setup leads to some truly unique scenarios, introducing new elements we haven't seen in a Final Destination movie before. The best entries in the franchise always balanced strong characters and emotional arcs, like Devon Sawa's character in the original. Everyone thought he was insane, feared him, and his life spiraled out of control, not only because death was coming, but because people blamed him. These movies never settle for disposable characters. There's real emotional depth, and Bloodlines explores its family story in such a way that you genuinely care about who lives and who dies. At the same time, that's the twisted beauty of it. You're rooting for the characters to survive, but also secretly hoping they'll be crushed, torn apart, or blown up. Because, let's be honest, that's part of the fun of watching Final Destination. Seeing Tony Todd return was incredibly emotional. It felt like the filmmakers understood that his time in the franchise might be limited. So his scene, his performance, his lines, all of it felt like a heartfelt tribute, not just to his character, but to Tony Todd himself. And that was truly beautiful. Also, you can tell the studio invested real money into this film. Warner Bros. And New Line Cinema have given it a high production value. Nowadays, many horror movies feel cheap. Small sets, tight camera angles, low-budget visuals. But this film looks and feels like a true successor to the 2000 Final Destination movies. I genuinely believe this movie is going to crush at the box office. I'm fully confident. And if it does, I really hope we get more epic Final Destination entries in the future. The two directors behind this installment, if they're interested, absolutely deserve another shot. And thankfully, critics are finally backing the franchise too. That's a rare win, because Final Destination has often been underrated by critics. So here's my message to you. If you're a fan, don't miss this one on the big screen. It's absolutely worth it. I loved every second of it. I had a big geeky smile on my face the entire time. It was a total blast. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, new videos are coming very soon. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, And tell me in the comments, have you seen Final Destination Bloodlines yet? And if you have, which death scene did you find the most terrifying?